And this is a necessary thing for us to do because ecosystems are very powerful things. And they have the ability to eliminate us if we become too discordant.
When our stories fail to allow us to protect and preserve the things that we value, then we need a new story. And so the first step is Re-Story-ation, telling a new story that will help interpret the world around us and help guide our behavior.
Science and the arts have to be integrated in this process, I believe, as our head and our heart has to be integrated.
What we're looking for here are appropriate metaphors, ways of expressing our worldviews with the understanding that it's our worldviews that direct our actions in the world. So we're brainstorming new ways of thinking about what restoration means, new ways of thinking about how we can go forward.
And that's what restoration should be in many ways. It should be the healing of people to place and fostering a relationship that's healthy between people and the place that they live.
Finally, there's something to do in relation to the world that's not, crushing cans for recycling and not just writing a letter to the congressman to try to prevent the latest horror.
One of the greatest values of community-based restoration work is that it creates situations where people engage natural systems and thus put themselves in the way of learning directly from nature.
To be absolutely engaged with other human beings, our offspring, our parents, our spouses, our neighborhoods, our communities, to understand that there is nothing in between me and you.
A process that engages all of our capacities, including our spiritual capacity, with the land. The land is our mother, literally, and not just figuratively.
And hopefully in that process develop a greater appreciation for the fact that we're a part of it rather than apart from it.
If we want to restore it, we've got to restore perhaps our position in relation to the ecosystem rather than making the ecosystem into something that we think it should be.
For those of us who are suffering from cosmic despair, the act of restoration itself is a way of coping with that.
That's where I see restoration fit in. It's an answer to despair. It's a great answer. It's us remaking the world.
Maybe restoration is reweaving, but can you really reweave a tapestry that is based on 100 million years of evolution? Can you really reweave something that you didn't create in the first place and you really have very little knowledge of?
The restoration is an evolving process, and you do the best you can at the time you can. And sometimes it's going to be wrong.
One of the things that I think is really important when we think about ecological restoration is the notion that land has its own wisdom.
Sometimes we think about restoring the structure of a system without thinking about restoring the process, the trajectory, the change through time. No system is static and fixed forever. It's constantly changing.
Always approach your interactions with these systems with great humility because you don't know them that well. You know a lot about them, but you don't know everything about them. And you don't know the future.
And all the unpredictable things that can happen that can give you a lot of humility. And I think anyone that's practiced, especially a practitioner of long standing, has a tremendous amount of humility about the subject of restoration.
Truth and reconciliation might be a way of thinking about what restoration work is all about. Reconciliation, consilience, coming together again with the earth that is our home, is the source of our being, and it's our source of our spiritual joy.